going. Alright, so I've got a fabric similar to what you're using here. We have our new stencil. So if you use this spray that I recommended, you are going to literally the tiniest, lightest little spray that you can possibly fathom, like you're putting hairspray on your bangs or something. Like literally, that's all I'm doing. And it's important to kind of let it air dry just a little bit before you tack it down to your surface. And really the part that needs to be tight is around your design. So I don't worry too much about the size, especially if you try to make 60 of these. I have a sponge brush and I have regular, like this is from Walmart, black paint. I don't know if this one specifically says, nope, it does. It says fabric on the bottle. It's probably too small for you to see it, but it says fabric. So literally just multi-surface, 98 cents at Walmart, black paint. You're going to try to want to not use a whole bunch of paint, and you're going to want to use a dabbing motion, not strokes, because that's going to push it up under your stencil. So I'm literally just dabbing it on, not putting too much pressure, just enough to kind of touch the surface of the fabric. Make sure that you can't really see much of the fabric through the paint. And you really don't want to go over it too much. It's a stencil. It's not going to be perfect. That's just kind of how it works. So the less you kind of mess with it, the higher your chances of success are. And this isn't going to come out 100% perfect every time either. Stencil just kind of has that rugged look. They're not meant for precision work, if that makes sense. So before you remove the stencil, you're going to want to make sure you got good coverage, especially in this sword that's so small. I have my hairdryer hooked up over here. I'm going to give it a quick little blast with warm. Let's see what happens. Boom. Alright, and as you can see, I could have got a little bit more coverage here on some of these letters, but what I'm trying to explain to you is, like, for example, the heart, those little thin lines. I kind of went over it a little too much, so some of that detail got lost. So I feel like if I had gone over the warrior and into the spiritual, it would have, you know, just bled a little bit. And you can tell right here where I started. You know, I went a little too thick with the paint. It's really a less is more thing, and the thicker that paint is, the better that it's going to be. And then if you look at the back of the stencil, there's just a tiny little bit of the fabric residue on the back of it. So you're probably going to have to reapply your adhesive to the back, probably between each one. But like I said, with this product, it's about the tiniest little misting. You don't need much. If you use too much, you're going to actually make things harder. So hopefully, you know, this will be a good enough example for you guys to replicate at home with decent enough results. I don't know if we're going to be able to salvage the lines in the heart, but we got the overall idea. It makes a statement. I think it's going to work for what you need.